Notice your shoulders right now. How do they feel? Is there tension? Is there softness? Notice your jaw. Are you holding it? Are you clenching it? Is there a breath you've been half holding without meaning to? Let's just notice what we notice in our body in this moment. Nothing else to do here, but just notice what's alive inside of us. What sensations call to our heart to be witnessed. Where does the tension, the holding live in your body? Where does it like to reside? And if movement or stretches feel nice in this moment, that's welcome, of course. Or if stillness is needed, you need to yawn. That tension, that's what we're noticing is the bracing. And our bracing has a history. Our bracing has a lineage. And maybe you already have some idea of where this history and this bracing pattern comes from. Today, we're going to get into it. My name is Dahlia. Hi, this is Liberated Learning. Welcome. And I'm curious if you've ever wondered, why am I tense all the time? Why is there so much stress in my shoulder and my neck? I stretch and I do what I need to, but it just persists. Or maybe you're questioning, like, what do I need to do so that my body can finally relax? Well, today we're going to explore this a bit, and it has to do with something a lot of us were taught as children. Surprise, surprise. It traces back to our childhood. And it's this idea that learning only happens in the mind. Stay with me. The disconnect is there. We were taught in school, conditioned through 12 years of pre-K through high school and then college and then master's, that learning happens in our mind, that is a purely logical experience. But learning happens also in the body. And the body is the most important focus of our learning experience. We were taught that the body is just the thing that carries your brain to school. It's the thing to manage and control and keep quiet. And if it feels a certain kind of way, that means something's wrong with you. So you should go to the doctor. Like we were taught these things that we were taught. Really, what it is the disconnection from our mind, body, soul. We were taught that the real learning and education work happens from the neck up. This was never true. This is part of the colonial delusion. So let's spiral deeper into this and unravel this a bit more. Deep breath. Feel your breath, feel your body in this moment as these words land, as it becomes something to digest and return to within you and your body, as we start weaving back the connection from our mind, body, soul. We were taught the body matters less, that it's distracting, something to manage. This was taught on purpose. And like I said, these are the remnants of assimilation, of colonization, of a patterning of learning to override the body's boundaries, which are wisdom signals within our own lineages. Our fascia will continue to hold the imprinting of those that came before us, and that is what we receive. So today you can think about how you are receiving and experiencing a lineage worth of patterns, helpful and unsupportive patterns. And we think about now how colonial schooling is designed, right? Was designed and continues to perpetuate. And we see this kind of language of control everywhere. Classroom management and managing behaviors. Sit still, stop fidgeting, eyes up here, save it for recess, right? A child who is connected to their own body, which a lot of children inherently are, but it's conditioned out of them to not be in touch with their intuition, to not be in touch with their body wisdom. The body that needs to move, that trusts what they're feeling. This is conditioned out of that child because that child is harder to standardize. That child is harder to test on a schedule. And ultimately, that child is harder to control. So colonial schooling is that disconnection. It is the birth of and then the overtime conditioning of that disconnection from our mind and our body and our soul. But here we're specifically talking about mind and body, right? So we were trained young to leave our bodies at the classroom door, to come in and perform, to mask our needs. And that means you're a good student. That means you get an A. So here's all this external validation. Good job. You did it. You graduated. There's a lot there to unpack. So to treat the clenched jaw, the bouncing leg, a lot of students do this, the held breath, to treat those as problems to fix instead of information to listen to is the root problem there, manifesting itself again with a little more awareness. There is nothing wrong with you or your body or your children's bodies. Nothing is wrong. You are the way you are. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body is a wise and powerful instrument of information that helps you know you better. Our bodies are wisdom. Our bodies are our guidance, are our compass. It tells us when something feels like a yes and when something feels like a no and when something feels like a, I don't know, I need more time. Our bodies are our greatest guides and teachers. And because it's been so disconnected strategically, because we've been colonized, we've lost this power of connection to our bodies. We've lost the focus of bringing the body into the learning experience, which is why we talk a lot about embodied learning. We talk a lot about somatic, social, emotional learning. We bring into the learning experience the body first. And notice how that shifts the learning experience, and notice how people feel through the learning experience. I think a lot of us carry shame about our own tension, about that rigidness that lives in us. We carry shame around our restlessness. We carry shame around our being too much. Oh, I heard that so much as a child. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Our own too much. There's shame around this. And it's never been a flaw. What a beautiful realization to let land in your body. It's never been a flaw in us. It is a designed severance for control. A designed severance, a disconnection, mind and body, for colonial control. And this is a deep thread for why I do this work, because the hope, the power, the resilience is that our bodies are designed for release, for healing, for change. And when we listen and attune ourselves to what our body is communicating to us, we have more access to our agency, our liberation, the hope, the power, the change, the healing, the release. The body heals itself, actually, when we start practicing to listen to it in lifetime. The body is giving us the signal of anxiety because it wants us to hear that signal and tend to it instead of suppress and push it away and make it wrong and bad and shame it. It wants to be seen and witnessed and expressed in its fullness. We take in from our environment over 11 million bits of sensory information per second. Our body is always soaking in our environment with our different senses. How much information we are gathering in our body all the time. And we never tap into it because we weren't taught to. It's not normalized, right? But when we begin practicing to tap into that, the present moment expands, the perspective expands. We undo the colonial lie that only the mind matters. We begin to unravel the suppression, the backlog of needs. We begin to unravel ourselves through movement that looks crazy and chaotic, and it's just exactly what we need without judgment. We use sound as a vehicle for authentic expression. This is all the ways our bodies are designed to unravel and to reveal what it needs. So let's actually practice this for a minute, if you're open to it. We'll come back to those shoulders we started with. Bring your awareness now to your shoulders, and we'll take a breath in, and we'll bring those shoulders up as we breathe in. Breathing in through our nose, we bring up our shoulders up to our ear. Full deep breath, and then hold your breath. Hold your shoulders. Feel what this feels like with awareness. And on our exhale, we're going to slowly let the shoulders drop all the way as heavy as they can, as low as they can, as we exhale. And then pause. There's no need for force, but just notice, let gravity pull them down towards the ground. Feeling the weight of our shoulders. Then we're going to breathe in, and this time we're going to scrunch the face when we breathe in. So breathing in, scrunching the face. If you want to do the shoulders again, you can. Really tight. Scrunching. And on the exhale, softening every muscle in the face. Let the jaw unclench. Let the teeth fall apart. And let your face soften. Let the tongue hang heavy too. Everything soften. Let the muscles of the face fully relax here for a moment. Now, let's breathe in through pursed lips, like a straw is hanging from them. We'll breathe in through the straw, nice and slowly. All the way down. Feel the breath pull up from your lower belly. Holding at the top. A nice full breath. And slowly let an exhale come out of your nose. Beautiful. Nice and long. Let out a sigh. Thank your body for practicing, and feel free to revisit any of those practices. The scrunching of the shoulders, inhale in, softening out. The scrunching of the face, inhale in, softening out. And the straw breath, inhaling in through the straw, exhaling through our nose. Or you can always switch it, inhaling in through our nose and exhaling out through the straw. Notice what shifted, if anything. Maybe a little, maybe nothing. But the practice here really is more just about the noticing, the awareness, the noticing the subtle cues inside our body that we usually don't create space for. This practice of coming back to the body, of embodied learning, of somatic movement, all we're doing is creating space so that we can choose to pay attention to the body. It is your choice to pay attention to the body. I can invite you into the practice, but it is ultimately your choice to take that moment to go inside and fully begin that practice of trying to scan and see what's here. What's my breath doing? What does weight feel like? Am I holding my breath right now? So this space, this time to practice for our bodies is to remember that we are worthy of our own attention. We are worthy of the time. We belong to this world. We belong to our bodies. We're allowed to be here in our fullness, in our expression. We're not here chasing calm. And I want that to be clear. This isn't about being still and quiet and compliant. No, this is about growing our capacity to be with our felt sense in a way that liberates us in the moment-to-moment choices that we make throughout life. When we have more body awareness, we have more access to liberation. We have more access to choice. We have more access to choice that's aligned with our values, that's aligned with the world that we want to be a part of and we want to create, that's aligned with the person that we're becoming. This is about coming home from that severance, a reconnection to the body's authentic needs and expression. This is about liberating our relationship with our bodies. And liberating our relationship with our bodies is liberated learning, okay? So take this practice. Remember that this is a returning always, that yes, the practice happens once, but the real power comes from the returning daily, returning to the body, to each other in circles, to the ground under our feet as our kin, Mother Earth. And we're returning to this truth that we are never alone. It is physically impossible. And we're never meant to do any of this life and human stuff alone. Our bodies are here. Our lineages are literally also here. Our ancestors are here. The land is here. Liberated learning is here for you. And I'm excited to share how this work is continuing to take shape in this very moment. For a long time, liberated learning has lived mostly in my own two hands. The rooms that I am honored to have been a part of and be in, the circles that I could personally guide and hold. And yet I know liberated learning is much larger than me. And I've always felt that this work is alive and with its own will. And now liberated learning is asking for a different kind of stewardship. So that's what we're doing. And we're inviting y'all into the community and those who are interested in these kind of liberated learning experiences that honor the body, that care about the restoration and healing from colonization. This is what we're doing. And a lighthouse doesn't shine to be looked at. It shines so a whole field can find its way home. This is becoming something that can live in your hands, in your classroom, in your home, with your community and your kids. And if something in you felt anything about what I said today, that's a place to begin. Gently, with spaciousness, honoring the space and time your own body needs. And if you're ready, there are more pathways for this work, and they're linked below. I'll see you next time. Take care of that breath. It's been carrying us for a long time. Take care.